Hey Toy Family, welcome to the Marsham Toy Hour, where we discuss anything and everything designer toys. I'm Gary Ham.
I'm Theresa Hawkins.
And where the hell is George?
I don't know. We haven't heard from him. He did say he was moving his studio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he mentioned something about that, but he hasn't been responding to texts for a while now, so maybe he's either busy or just his phone went dead or something, so we'll carry on without him. Or maybe all those burned bridges, he just can't find his way back to the show.
I think maybe he's finally having his share of trouble like me. Maybe his neighbor needed assistance.
Oh God.
His
Not.
power went out or
Well, let's hope it's none of that. Let's hope George is okay. It's not like him to not respond to texts, especially on record night, but I'm sure he's busy.
but I don't know. To be honest, Gary, whew.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. You work for one of those kind of crappy companies that like to slam everyone at the end of the year. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they have like extra budget left over, but they know everyone's taking vacation time and going on holiday. And yet, that's when they really ramp up and they just slam. And the people who are still at work have to carry the workload of like an entire team of people all by themselves. That sounds like you.
Yes, it's been rough. They haven't exactly made it a light transition into the holidays. It's been rough. And like right after getting back from decon, honestly, and after Thanksgiving, it's been nuts. So I've just been slammed. But the cherry on the top, Gary, so it's been bad enough. But today I was walking up into my building on these concrete steps and it's cold. So I'm wearing a winter coat and I got my hands in my pockets and I freaking tripped and I couldn't get my hands out. So
Oh
this is like
no.
floppy fish ball.
Yeah, you felt like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, like a floppy fish or a potato sack. I got my hands stuck in my, it's like slow-mo. I'm like trying to get my hands out and I can and I fall
Oh,
forward and slam my knees into the concrete and people were with me and I had like secondhand and firsthand embarrassment. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. And of course, like I'm laughing it off because like I'm not going to tell them.
right. But now the old lady in you is probably all sore and stuff.
Oh my God, my knees kill. And like in the moment, they're like, oh my God, are you okay? I was like, oh
Concrete's a lot harder in cold weather, too.
yeah. It is. So yeah, I'm just,
I got in a car accident last week, and my back's been sore all week.
have you figured all that out? Because I know it wasn't your fault. Are you getting it fixed and all that?
You know, dealing with insurance is never fun. I called our insurance company and just waiting for them to return the phone call. But for
Oh,
listeners, I'm fine. I was making a left-hand turn on a green arrow, and a lady ran a red light and slammed right into broadsided me on the passenger side door. And when she hit me, like she's right there. Like all I had to do was look to my right, and I could see her in the windshield, and she's just like completely shocked by it. You know, head on her hands, just like, oh my God, I had no idea that was a red light. Like she was either on her phone or just had a lot going on. But so, I just directed her to, hey, just pull over, and we pulled over, and she got out of the car, and I could tell she was distraught. So I just kind of like gave her a hug, let her know everything's okay, because it's just an accident. We both, if you can survive a red light runner, consider yourself lucky. And that's kind of how I saw it. Plus, I just dropped off my kids at school, so I saw it as like, holy crap, that was close. Like, it could have been much worse than it was. So I was actually in a good mood about it. I hugged her, and she was really good about it. So yeah, everything's, we'll see. I'm sure in the next couple of weeks I'll probably hear back, and we'll get things fixed.
Well, I'm glad your kids weren't in the car. That would have been scary.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it wasn't scary in general.
Yeah. But anyways, this is not the bitch and moan about our body aches podcast. This is the Marsham Toy Hour. So I'm here ready to talk about toys.
Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay, Gary. But yes, toys.
I'm ready. So I'm going to get the Christmas music pumping in the background. I just lit the fireplace. You can probably hear it crackling. I'm in my Christmas PJs. You're probably in your Christmas PJs. I got a cup of hot cocoa here with some marshmallows. And Theresa, I just texted Horrible Adorable since George isn't coming. I just wanted to see if they want to do an impromptu join. And they said yes. But so they'll be joining in a little bit. But otherwise, let's start just talking about, let's just wrap up the year, like big moments that happened, predictions for next year, and stuff like that. So we mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Horrible Adorables we went out to dinner, and they showed up with a case of Jankies, and they punked us. They got us good. They turned out the case was empty. But now we're starting to see a lot of people receiving cases in the mail. They're doing reveals and openings on Instagram. And you're one of the lucky few, Theresa, that received a case. I think it was for all your referrals, using your referral link. And so you decided to do a live unboxing of the case. And so let's talk about that first.
Yeah, so I did do my very first live Instagram video. It was an interesting experience.
I watched some of it, and it was long, but thorough. You did a good job.
Oh, goodness. Well, I didn't really mean to go super long. I still had fun with it, but I have learned that apparently there's a 1 hour limit on live Instagram videos, because all of a sudden there was this like alert that showed up on my screen. It was like, your live video will end, and like a countdown showed. And it was like 26, 25, 24. I was like, oh my God, it's going to shut my video off.
So this case that you received, this was actually not what you ordered in the Kickstarter campaign. This is what you received for all the referrals that you sent to them.
Yes.
Which is a really cool part about the campaign, that they allow people to have referrals for extra rewards and an affiliate program and all that sort of stuff. That's really cool that you received that. And so up until this point, we had only seen 3D renders, and then when you opened up the case, what'd you think? How was the quality? Did it meet your expectations?
It was good. I mean, their quality is really good. They are really crisp. The pad printing quality on them is really sharp. And the, there aren't weird overlaps or like bleeds. Like, you know how sometimes when there's colors overlaid, you can kind of see the color behind it shining through the color on top and all that?
Yep.
Like, none of that. None of that across. And I mean, they're not, like, you're never going to have 100% perfection. Like, in this, in a few places, it's a little, lines aren't 100% crisp, but overall, they've done a killer job. So I was very happy across the board, across all the designs, honestly, with the way it was done. And like I said, the overlaps and all that look seamless. I didn't open a single one and look at it and go, oh, like, that's weird. Like, that looks like it was misprinted. None of that. So overall, I was really, really happy.
Your case, it seemed like you got almost a complete set.
Oh my gosh, yes. So on the box are 4 chases. So like 4, shadow pictures. So you don't know what they are. And I ended up pulling every single one. And one was marked as a 1 of 240.
Wow.
So that was crazy to me. I couldn't believe that. And the only one I didn't pull was the Junko Mizuno. And after the fact, I actually found out that there is hidden chases apparently in the set. So after I shared, like, a few people reached out and someone told me that there is a secret chase that's not on the box. There's actually a white Junko Janky. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
So it's the same design as the purple and black one, but it's almost like a reverse. So it's a white base and then kind of like a blue, but it's really nice. And apparently they're doing like super secret hidden stuff. So
yeah, because when I think about all these extra chases and the hidden stuff that you're talking about, is that what kind of filled in for the missing Jason Limon and the Dolly Oblong in the series? Because it doesn't seem to me that those were actually replaced with new designs. So maybe they just did more colorways.
That's what I'm thinking. I can't really remember what they promoted on the Kickstarter chase wise, but it seems like there's quite a few chases. So that's kind of my thought. Because looking through the series, I don't think there are any new designs. And from what you saw, that none of them looked like a design we hadn't seen, right?
Not that I remember. No.
Yeah. So I know people will slowly start getting them. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any other designs like the white Junko that pop up. Knowing Superplastic, I could see them doing that, having some super secret, limited rare, special goodies. So
now I know you're an accessory gal. What'd you think of the accessories?
Yeah, so that was, I think, one area where I was like, I like them. Like, I think the accessories themselves and the concepts for them were good, but I think the execution probably could have been done better.
How so?
I will tell you that for me, based on some of the renderings, I didn't realize that some of the pieces of some of the Jankies were going to be plug-in accessories. So, like, for example, the beetle horn on the Tato piece, or like the tail on 2 bits. Like, there's certain pieces that you have to plug in. Does that make sense?
No, that makes absolute sense. I'm sure that just comes down to manufacturing, whether they wanted to actually do an entire new head sculpt or a body sculpt. Like, doing it accessory-wise in some cases is just cheaper.
Yeah, I mean now it makes sense, but I don't know why. I think from seeing how much they were willing to deviate, like with the Dalek and the Camilla's
Oh,
with the
right. Okay,
Tennessee.
I see what you're
You know what I
saying.
mean? Like
Yeah.
they did so much variation that I think because of that, I was like, oh, okay, they're just gonna like go crazy and like make these all as sculpts.
Yeah. I mean, another reason could be that generally blind boxes all share a standard box. There's no box bigger than another. And so a
Right.
lot of times when the figure's tall or wider than each other, they have to make the accessories plug-in style just to fit into it. And sometimes the engineering that goes into how to actually make some of these extravagant toys fit into that standard box, sometimes that's the most impressive part of the series.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too. But yeah, and back to just accessories in general, I think they could have been executed better. And the hat on 2 bits, I think, is probably one of the ones that disappointed me, just because the way they did it is it's two-piece and it's plastic. And I don't know, maybe it's not actual plastic, but it's plastic-like, and it's got connectors, so you're meant to kind of place it one on the front, one on the back of the ears, and kind of connect it in the middle. And the connectors were, I was struggling a little bit to put them together, but I think the biggest thing for me was the plastic against the figure and me trying to get these things to connect. I felt like I was scratching the poor piece to death, and it was stressing me out because like I don't want to sit and like ding and mark up.
Did you have to do it on the figure? Could you snap it together and then place it on?
Uh, okay, hold on, really, really quick. Let me play with it. Nope, you can't. The way that the ears point outwards, you have to assemble it on top of the Janky.
Well, that
And the
explains it then, yeah.
I get it, but like maybe a rubbery piece that was flexible, or I don't know. I get kind of why they had to do it, but for me, especially with the 2 bits having that nice gradient, it stresses me. And like I'm sitting here right now and I still can't get the seams to see like fully closed. So
Keep in mind, these are small $10, $12 toys. They're not going to be perfect. There's going to be sacrifices made, because that 2 bits came with a hat, a bird on the ear, a tail, and a cigar. So,
and a bat.
and a bat. Oh, and yeah, you're right, and a bat.
It's really a nitpick. I mean, this is just voicing some thoughts, but the accessory of 2 bits were super fun because some are teeny tiny, like the little bird and cigar. But I mean, other accessories like the Dalek has like a hammer, and Skets has a chainsaw. Like all of those fit fine.
Did you take off the shoes? I heard the shoes were interchangeable. Was that easy to do?
Yes, that's actually really fun. It was a little hard for me to pull them off, mostly because I'm scared to death of breaking them, but it does help to warm them up a little bit. But yeah, the shoes pop up, and then once you kind of understand that you put a little oomph behind it, and you can pop them off, and they're all interchangeable. So it's a fun little thing.
One thing I liked from you when I was watching your live box opening, it also includes a sticker on the inside, but the sticker didn't match the figure. And I think, you would kind of expect it to, but I actually liked that it didn't. It's almost like you get 2 surprises in one box. I kind of like that.
I don't mind the mixed sticker. The only thing that I don't like is that they didn't make a sticker of every character.
Well, how do you know they didn't?
Well, I mean, I guess you can't 100% know, but from the case I pulled, it was a lot of repeats.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, for all I know, the whole sticker thing could be a rarity thing in of itself. Maybe there are some.
Could be. I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, that was a fun little thing that I didn't expect to be in there. And I don't know, overall, I think it's a fun series. I think they did a good job. And now that I've seen product in hand, like I am excited for you and George to get yours, and everyone else as well, so I can hear what other people think. But now that I've seen their quality, I feel a little like Superplastic has been doing the whole pre-order system and order off renderings. Now that I've seen their stuff, I think like I'd feel comfortable if they were to post something for pre-order that really spoke to me. Like I wouldn't stress about ordering off of a rendering.
Yeah. And I didn't think anyone would, with it being Huck and Paul Budnitz. They have pretty high standards as far as quality control and all that sort of thing. So it doesn't surprise me that the quality was good. I actually anticipated it was going to be good, so I've always felt that ordering from them was going to be really not a risk at all. But it is finally nice to be able to see an actual toy in hand, and I'm looking forward to receiving my case. I would say that the one thing that did surprise me is how these are arriving in people's homes, and what people may not know, in order to get these in people's hands in time for Christmas or by the end of the year, what they decided to do, rather than wait for a cargo ship to bring them to the States, 5 to 6 weeks travel time, the orders are being shipped directly from the factory in Hong Kong. And from some photos I've seen, the cases are just shipped as a case. They're not put in another box and then protective layering around the case. They're just shipped directly as the case, like shipping labels placed right on the case and then shipped out that way. Did yours arrive that way?
Yeah, mine didn't have shrink wrap around it, so the label was put on shrink wrap
Okay.
that I was able to pull off. But yeah, it was a little weird to not see it shipped in like the box in a shipping box. So like my case did get beat up. Like there's a corner on the case, and honestly, when I got it, I was like, oh, I hope it didn't hurt any of the toys. It dinged up a box, but everything inside was good. So that is a little weird that they're doing that, especially since you'd think they'd want to make good appearance, right? Like show that they care about their toy shipping okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done so many things so well, so perfect. Great promoting, great marketing, just the quality of stuff looks great, and then this happens. And I think to a lot of people, it's going to appear as if they try to cut corners on shipping costs or something like that. And that's not the greatest first impression or precedent to set, especially, people are going to be skeptical ordering from them maybe in the future because of that. But maybe that was just the case with this stuff being shipped directly from Hong Kong or the refers cases or something like that. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but it was surprising.
Yeah.
Because, collectors are just notoriously picky with things, and Superplastic knows that. They're familiar with that. They're going to hear from people if there's any dents to any of their cases, because people like to resell the dupes and all that sort of stuff. So I ordered the 3 individual pieces with the larger Pete Fowler piece, so I imagine they're going to combine that in one box.
I have seen some come in boxes, Gary, like shipper boxes when it's more like single boxes or whatever. So I hope that they're doing that for you. But the whole multiple shipment thing, that's another thing that's been a little weird and I think unfortunate for people outside of the US. You and I, we don't have to stress about custom charges or anything. Like you said, I got my referral stuff, but I'm still waiting on what I actually backed. So I still have a few more Jankies and my bunny slippers to come and all that. But I know people in the UK, because they're doing separate shipments and they get hit with custom fees, they're getting hit multiple times.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's because there's a Superplastic group that started on Facebook. If anyone's interested, it's called Superplastic Marketplace. But yeah, people will be posting and saying, oh, I got this, but I get hit with XX custom fees and I still have X to come. It's just a big bummer that they're having to deal with that. So
yeah, that would suck to get double hit on custom fees. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but we all know it's not cost effective to send multiple packages to the same addressee. So it probably has to do with logistics of managing the refers from the backers or something like that. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. It just sucks that it's happening.
It's one thing that's been a little weird, but overall, it's been fun. I'm excited to have gotten them, and I'm excited to see what you and George think. So we'll have to talk about that in the new year. Hopefully, you'll have them.
We'll have them. I got the tracking number. I should receive them soon. But let's move on. What else should we talk about toy-wise?
You want to talk about the Unbox and Friends blind box series? Because those are finally, I think they're very close.
At the time of the release of this episode, I think they released over the weekend, at least on the Unbox store, and then they're going out to limited retailers after that. And I believe 2 of our sponsors, My Plastic Heart and String Chat Toys, are going to be having them.
And I think it's the first time they've done wholesale, because this, to my, maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I think this is the first time you'll be able to buy Unbox goods outside of Unbox.
I think I remember him saying something about that when he was on, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you hear about the really cool thing they're doing with the tokens?
I did. I read about it, and I was going to ask if you maybe talked to Dan about it while you were at DesignerCon to shed more light on it, because I'm a little confused on it. From my understanding, it sounds like they're going to be randomly inserted into certain boxes, more like a golden ticket style, and those can be redeemed for exclusive Unboxed toys when they attend events. Is that your understanding of it?
Yeah, and Dan and I did not have a chance to really dig into the token piece. I didn't realize that they were randomly inserted, though. I think in my head I was thinking everyone got them. I didn't realize it was like a blind and a blind, like a golden ticket kind of thing.
Well, that's what I'm unsure about, because the wording was a little bit confusing. I think it did mention something about a token being inside every box or random or something like that. But I did see that there are multiple color tokens, so maybe they hold different values. I don't know.
Yeah, there's blue, orange, yellow, a gray one, and they have a number. Like one has 10 on it. So I don't know if they're gonna have different numbers and stuff. But the post that they said in the text, they say in each blind box you will find unboxed tokens, but it sounds like the token you get will be random.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm with you. I think it's a really fun concept. I think it's fun to think about what exactly you'll be able to use it for. My hunch is maybe it's going to be special versions of the blind box minis, maybe like a exclusive colorway or something like that, where maybe the blue token means blue colorway. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. It's fun. I like it when people do a little additional fun thing inside these, mini blind boxes. They help sales and it makes them more fun for the collectors. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too that they kept, I think, a little quiet and is starting to be revealed is not only are they going to have the base characters that they've been showing off for a while, but there's actually a chase colorway of every character in the set.
Every character? I didn't know that.
Okay, so they have a set of 10 characters, right? But the case is a set of 12. And I watched an unboxing video from Play Toys Forever, and what it looks like is if you buy a case, you'll get the standard set. You'll get one of each of their base 10 characters, but the 2 remaining blind boxes are 2 of the chase colorways. There's a chase colorway for all 10, so you have a chance to get 2 of the 10 chases.
I love that. Isn't that kind of how Thimble Stump Hollow's been done?
Exactly.
Same format?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exact same. Of course, Unbox being Unbox, they are doing some super special chases. So we found out through some reveals on Facebook and Instagram that along with just the alternate chase colorways, they've got some super rares in there. So one that I saw was this really cool mashup of 2 different characters. It's the greeny elf character mashed up with the panda in kind of a unique colorway. So it's the elf face on the panda body.
I saw that.
Yeah, so that one's really cool, and that's apparently like a super rare chance. But then another really cool thing they're doing is you have a chance to pull a hand-painted piece by that artist.
Are you serious?
So,
hand-painted by all the artists in the series?
It sounds like it. So we can post the link, but on Unbox's Instagram, they said, cat's out of the bag. Surprise, you have a chance to pull a hand-painted version of a piece, and the one they had was the Zeke Dino, hand-painted by Zeke.
Holy
so
crap.
I'm assuming there's a chance to pull a hand-painted piece. Not God knows how many there are. It may only be one of each or just a couple, but I'm assuming they did it for all the pieces. So that's insane. I think it's really cool. Unbox clearly knows how to make collectors happy because it's pretty awesome the things they're hiding in there.
Yeah, based on what you say, for me, it's miniseries of the year. It's just to go over it. A full case gets you every standard colorway plus 2 chases. But also, every figure has a chase colorway. Plus, on top of that, there's mashup figures that are super rare. And then on top of that, you also have potential hand-painted pieces by the artists that design the figures. And then on top of that, randomly placed tokens that somehow have a monetary value that you can redeem at the Unbox booth at future exhibitions.
Right, and the token
what else haven't they thought of? That's everything you could possibly want in a series, except for the kitchen sink.
I know, right? Well, maybe they'll throw that in too, but
that's what you get when you redeem the tokens, the kitchen sink.
Yeah, maybe that's what you do. Well, that's the thing. They've got these really cool tokens, and I think it's been a while, honestly, since we've seen something like that. I mean, I recall hearing about the golden tickets from the Dunny days, but I never was a part of that. So I think that's an awesome idea, and they've kind of said, hey, you have a chance to get these things to redeem future products at events, but they haven't really disclosed what it is yet. So more surprises to come. For all we know, it is a kitchen sink.
This is their first miniseries. The surprise box game has been upped. And really, to me, I know we've talked about this before, blind boxes and the term surprise boxes, but I feel like what they're doing is more of a surprise box because there's so many different levels to their surprise box game.
Well, and it makes you want to buy a case. I want to go out and buy a case now because I want a chance at these hidden things. So
Yeah, I mean, congrats to Unbox. It sounds like they're just knocking it out of the park with their first series. They're doing everything right, and it seems like they're making a lot of collectors happy. But let's move on to the next one. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and Jack Muramatsu of Vinyl Pulse, I can see now that he's in Hong Kong. He's attending the Toy Soul and out there. And Theresa, they had this thing called the Pink Market. Have you seen anything about that?
A pink market?
Yeah, it seems like they're doing like almost color theming at Toy Soul. Like they're getting a bunch of producers together and doing color themed tables or just themed, because there's also, I saw there's another one called Night Market where it's more dark toys or nighttime themed toys all seen, but from all different makers and producers all in one area. And I think that's really cool. I like seeing that.
This is a fun idea.
Isn't it though?
I really,
Keep going. I just saw, dude, the Labubu Time Instinct toy.
Wait,
wow.
Where?
And Vinyl Pulse.
Oh,
that's rad. It's not painted. It's just a prototype, but it looks like we're going to get an erosion Labubu.
Oh my gosh, and he just posted that. That is sick. I have a feeling we're going to end up seeing a bunch of stuff.
You're saying sick? I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to say sick.
Am I not allowed to say? That's awesome.
There you go. Wow.
It's very cool.
I'm not gonna get too excited because you can never get any of this stuff, so screw it.
It's all such good eye candy though, and it's just one of those. Again, you hear about these shows in Asia, and you're like, oh, okay, but as it gets closer, all these reveals pop up, and you're just like, God darn it, I want to be there. Like I want to go.
I know, and this Toy Soul looks like definitely one to definitely see one day. But, so I'm scrolling through the Vinyl Pulse feed, and he just posted another one. They're coming fast and hard now. But when I was going through it earlier, one that I saw earlier kind of piqued my interest because Jim Woodring is looks like he has some more toys coming out, and he's probably not an artist you're familiar with. He did some toys in Strange Co back in the day, and it looks like he's doing some more with a company called Press Pop. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I have no idea who that is.
But it's at the How to Work booth. And so Jim Woodring, he used to do toys with Strange Co back in the day, and they were always awesome. Kind of like Dr. Seuss-ish looking, very cool, very whimsical. And so he's got some new vinyl toys looking to come out, and they're called Pupshaw and Pupshaw. This is a tongue twister. Pupshaw and Pushpaw dolls. Soft vinyl, 2 different figures. And I like them. Yeah, it's nice to see Jim Woodring doing designer toys again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, he's not someone I'm familiar with. I mean, the designs are probably a little outside of my taste. But what I think is kind of cool is it looks like the characters are supposed to nestle in to each other. So, like, the shapes complement each other. And you can, like, kind of fit them together like a puzzle piece.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I think you're right.
So, cool. I'm not familiar with him. I mean, there's always stuff I see, like new colorways of figures I like and all that. But speaking of Causing Lung working with a million people, there was a really fun mashup revealed for Toy Soul with Sticky Monster Lab, where it's Labubu Sticky Monster Lab figures called Redmon and Bigmon, and those are awesome. Did you see those?
See, I disagree. I did see those, and as much as I love Labubu and Sticky Monsters, that mashup just doesn't work for me.
Really?
Yeah, too basic, too simple. Yeah, it didn't work. Not for me.
I like the simplicity. I really like I don't know. I like it a lot. I like their faces. I like that on the red one, it's got the cute little ears. I like that the arms articulate. I like the simplicity.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree then.
But I like those a lot.
No, they're just not as good as the other ones. So these collaborations that Causing Lung's doing with all the other artists, they go both ways. So this time, the one that you're talking about, he applied it to the Sticky Monster Lab figures. But the one I actually prefer more is where Sticky Monster Lab did their version of his character, the Zamomo. And I think that one I actually really like.
See, I still like that one. That one's actually I've seen that prior to Toy Soul.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just that's the version of the 2 collaborations. That's the one I prefer the most.
I gotcha. Okay, one more. There is actually another new figure that Unbox is working on that is releasing at Toy Soul. Have you seen the Pineapple Bun Girl?
No.
Okay, I'm going to send it to your Instagram DM so you can see a picture. But the artist is Helen Tam, but she's been making like her own versions of them. I think like, hand cast or handmade. And so this is her first production version of it. But it's a super cute girl with mismatched socks sitting down. She's obviously got like a pineapple bun for a head. I think she's sipping tea or something. But super cute kind of face. It's got that like, I don't know. I like how it's like the sleepy eye face. But it's just cute. I like it. What do you think?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
It's different. I think it's cute.
I like the idea of it. I mean, it's creative, but I think it's probably just not for me.
I like it. I'm happy because I don't think this artist is terribly well known. So just like we've talked about Unbox before, I think they work with a lot of up and coming artists.
Yep.
And
he says he actually prefers that, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a fun one.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a sponsor break, and then when we come back, we'll call Horrible Adorables, and we'll try to wrap up 2018, talk about some favorite moments and stuff.
Sure.
Okay, boys, Christmas is almost here, and Santa's coming to town. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Last night, you guys got to meet Santa and told him what you wanted. How did you know how to find the things on your wish list?
By remembering.
By remembering? No, you guys would look at the Target catalogs and look at all the toys and circle them and all that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, listeners, you know how they find the toys on their wish list?
Yeah. Because they go to stores and then
they
look for toys that they want.
No, they go to the toy blogs. The toy blogs are the one that do all the research and all the gathering of information and put their version of the toy catalog for our listeners. And those toy blogs are SpankySoaks.com and the Toy Chronicle. And they also use the Toy Chronicle app to also search for toys on their wish list. Now, have you guys been naughty or nice?
Nice.
And what have you been working on to be nice?
Listening.
Going to bed on time.
And being respectful.
And
being responsible and have fun.
How about cleaning up your toys?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
But I cleaned the toys up by myself and he didn't.
Come on.
The other toys.
Okay, so when you're nice, Santa and his elves make things for you, and Santa, with the help of his reindeer, deliver them to your home. Do you think our listeners have been naughty or nice?
Naughty.
Yes, our listeners have definitely been naughty. They've been saying bad words, and so Santa and his elves, they still make toys for our listeners, but they don't deliver them to their homes.
They get poop.
They don't get food. Santa and the elves just don't deliver to them their homes. They make them go to stores and buy the stuff themselves. That's what happens to the naughty kids. They have to buy their own toys. So you know what stores that they go to?
No. .com.
No. So they can go to stores like 3dretro.com or strangecattoys.com or myplasticheart.com. And if they live in the Burbank adjacent California area, they can visit 3D Retro and see that beautiful store at that location. Or if they go to strangecattoys.com, they can use promo code MARSHAM at checkout and receive 10% off their entire order. Or if they go to myplasticheart.com, they can use promo code TOYFAM. And if they have an order of $75 or more and they live in the United States, they will receive free shipping on that order.
What's that?
All right, boys. Thank you for your help. Tell our listeners Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And be nice. And be naughty. Be nice. Naughty. Nice.
Here we go. Let's add Horrible Adorables. Calling. We're calling.
Hello?
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank
Jordan.
Hello.
I'm actually surprised you guys were able to join on such short notice.
No, we were just watching She-Ra.
The new series on Netflix?
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Is it? I haven't.
It's entertaining.
What's it called? It's She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Theresa, do you not know who She-Ra is?
Of course
No,
not.
like what are you all talking about?
Theresa, we're the same age. Come on.
I know, but I'm sitting here going Shira. Like I gotta Google it. How do I spell Shira?
She-Ra. She-Ra.
No, I've never heard of this.
It's the girls' version of He-Man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, it's a character from 1985. I was -2.
But it's not like she's a cult classic character, especially, like women power and all that sort of stuff. It's someone you
Gary,
should know.
It doesn't. Do you not realize that I apparently live under a rock? I don't know anything.
So, Chris and Jordan, this is actually our final episode. This is our final episode of season 3, and we were talking about the Janky series that we saw. We were talking about some stuff that we've seen at Toy Soul. But what we were just about to get into, actually, was just kind of wrapping up 2018, things we saw, predictions for next year, and all that sort of stuff. So you guys want to join in on all that?
Sure.
We'll do our best.
Yeah. You guys couldn't find anybody else? I can't believe you're on the last episode.
Well, there was a moment that I posted on the Stomping Ground, like, hey, we're going to be recording tonight. And Chris said that one time he almost just decided to do an impromptu phone call on us because he knew we would be recording. So I decided to flip the tables on him and just do a spur of the moment, do you guys want to join tonight sort of thing on you guys, because I know you guys stay up late, you don't have kids to put to bed, so I figured maybe you guys might be able to join. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, we actually just finished dinner, and it's almost 11 here.
Oh my gosh, you all! It's like bedtime.
You guys must love it when you go to conventions then, because then you're like on like everyone else's schedule, eating dinner at 7, in bed by 10.
Yeah, West Coast time is much more appropriate bedtime for us.
Yeah. We would be in like trouble if it was the other way around, though. If we lived on the West Coast and came to the East Coast, and we just
Oh yeah, we'd be up all night.
Yeah.
So are we recording right now?
We are, so let's get to it. So we were just about to talk
Gary-
about moments of 2018, like favorite moments, favorite releases, favorite companies, anything that kind of stood out as a bullet point to kind of help better describe 2018. So did you guys have any moments or favorite toys or any releases of 2018?
I guess favorite release would be everything that Pucky has turned out this year. Has been my favorite thing. The forest fairies, the Christmas fairies, the pool babies, like every single one of those releases.
Like 100 series this year she's done.
Yeah, it's almost like I think they could have been spread out more. It was almost a little too much. I think I would have bought more if she had spread them over like the course of like, I don't know, 2 years rather than just one. But I think they're all have been just so adorable.
Yeah, I think I saw the pool babies first at the 5 Points Fest, so that was June, and then 3 or 4 series after that. So is this 2018 the first time she was doing mass production vinyl?
Yeah, I mean, there was stuff coming out from Unbox, like the big fat fairies, but I believe it was all happening this year.
Wow.
Her
very
stuff
good,
was great. Yeah, I mean, all the Pop Mart stuff, I'm with Jordan there. It kind of came out of nowhere and then came fast and heavy, but it was all very good.
Yeah, then she should definitely be in there for Breakthrough Artist or even Artist of the Year, even with all the releases she had.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite toys was the Mr. Self-Indulgence.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that one is definitely going to be nominated for Toy of the Year.
Yeah, no, for sure. By Noir and produced by Marsham Toys. Yeah, that was a phenomenal figure.
Man, see, I'm glad you even mentioned that because my brain is mush and I didn't even think about the fact that that was this year.
See, it's a good thing we added them.
I know. Well, and a favorite of mine was Seedless by Shoko. Cutest thing ever. So I'm excited, and I've been picking a crap ton of those up.
Have they already released them in different colors? Or I thought it was just like it just came out. Or am I out of the Seedless? No.
Oh, you are out of the loop, Jordan.
Here's the thing with Seedless, which I don't know how, Theresa, you're going to feel about this, but I feel that Seedless is basically just a Byron on all fours. And I don't like that there's 2 different names.
Oh, you want like Crouching Byron?
No, Gary, you're crazy. No, to me, Gary, you're weird. I don't know why you say that because it's 2 different characters in Shoko's world. You have Byron and Seedless. Like, they don't have the same thing.
No, they pretty much are, though.
They're the same.
No.
Yeah.
But they're both cute.
They're both cute. It's the same thing with Kosing Lung and his Labubu, and now he's doing that Zamomo. Zamomo is Labubu, but for some reason he's got a different name, even though he's got more cartoonish proportions. It's still Labubu, and I'm still going to call it Labubu. I don't see myself ever calling it Zamomo.
But that's what it is, Gary. It is Zamono.
I know. I don't agree with it. It's just like Labubu 2.0. That's all it is.
I think you're silly because they're all different characters.
No, they're not, but okay.
No,
So what
it's
else?
just like it's an artist is created. world, and they've made different characters in it.
No.
They're different.
But the same. All right, I digress. Let's move on. Let's talk about 2018. Let's talk about some bullet points, some things that made this year. And I think for me, one of the things I'll always remember this year for was this was the year of waffling. This is where waffling became a thing. This is when waffling became a term for getting toys. And it's kind of like gambling, but you couldn't say gambling on Facebook. You had to say waffling. And very confusing, but it became very popular. And I think it's kind of fizzled out a little bit, but it was definitely the year waffling was a thing. What do you think?
No, waffling was definitely a thing this year. It kind of came out of nowhere, and it was like this cool new thing and kind of mysterious. And I obviously got really into it, but I think the fun has fizzled a little bit. People probably like me, where you can only go so far of putting your money towards something and realizing it's not going anywhere, and it's probably better to just go find that thing and buy it. So it's still a thing. It's still out there, but it's definitely, I don't think, as hot as it was when it first started. But it was definitely fun.
It was.
When it was going on.
I had fun, and I actually won one. But another thing that happened in 2018 was the relocation of the two big conventions here in the States, 5 Points and DesignerCon. They both relocated, DesignerCon to Anaheim, 5 Points to Brooklyn, and I think that's probably going to be their permanent cities going forward.
Yeah, I think there was, just from year 1 to year 2 with 5 Points, a lot of maturity going on there, a lot of growth. It was a big step for them. We were really happy with that show.
Yeah, I kind of hope that I want them to keep on growing, but I really like the intimacy so much. Like I hope that they keep it in Brooklyn and a little bit smaller.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty much going to stay in Brooklyn. It might eventually outgrow the venue that they're using, which I hope it doesn't, because I love that venue. I love all the windows and all that daylight coming in. It's right against the river there and everything. I love that location, but
yeah.
Both conventions needed to move on. I think they're really going to benefit and prosper from the relocation, but of the two, I'm probably liking the move to Brooklyn the most for 5 Points Fetches, because it went from the kind of hustle and bustle of Manhattan a little bit, they're more touristy area, to Brooklyn, which does feel more intimate and low-key, and I like that feel more. And I'm looking forward to going back in a few months. Can't wait.
Yeah, it really felt like 5 Points was hitting their stride, so we're looking forward to see what it's going to be like in 2019.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a lot of really good people. I mean, it was already really good people, obviously. But I think that it's going to be even more competitive. I think there's going to be youngsters coming over.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more Westerners coming over, and I think eventually it's just going to become, we're just going to see the same people, the same booze twice a year, once at DesignerCon, once at 5 Points.
Agreed.
Yep, and another thing that happened in 2018, I know we mentioned this earlier, but Superplastic, they started this year as well.
Yeah, we can't not mention that.
No, we can't. I mean, how do you gloss over the fact that Paul Budness makes his return to Designer Toys, and his creative director for the company is Huck Key? No one would have predicted that. Nor would have anybody have thought they would go crowdfunding and really done as well as they did.
Yeah, a new company hitting the scene, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another thing too, talking about like stuff hitting the scene, it seems like we've got some artists that haven't been in the scene a while popping back in. So with Jesse Hernandez, kind of came out of nowhere and has been doing some stuff with Kid Robot again. I know he did those releases through Foot Locker, and now he's got another 8-inch about to come out, so that's been exciting. Well, are there other artists that have kind of popped back in as well?
I don't know, but just talking about the pop thing with Foot Locker, that was something none of us knew about until Jesse did the release with his 5-inch dunnies there. It seems like there's other stores that have popped up kind of selling designer toys too. We saw FYE is getting into designer toys, like the more mall-type stores.
I think Hot Topic is carrying a whole bunch of...
Yeah, Hot Topic's carrying a bunch, yep. And even on more companies I'm not even familiar with, I just saw a release with, you're talking about the Jesse Hernandez, IamRetro.com has an exclusive colorway there. Andrew Bell did the Kill Cat, a special colorway with a company called Nerdy Collectibles, and then in the Funko Pop store. So there's more stores becoming involved with designer toys, it seems like. And also, I can't think of any store closures in 2018. Were there?
I don't think so.
I think we had a good solid year.
Yeah. I mean, even like Martian Toys is going to be, expanding and getting bigger too. So I think that's a great sign.
They are?
They're moving to a new location. It's just not far from where they were, but...
I mean, maybe they're not even... I think they're expanding. Aren't they doubling the size? Or I might just be making this up. Sorry, Aaron. But
no, but I know his initial store was pretty small, pretty compact, so I wouldn't be surprised if he needed more space, especially for the gallery presence that they seem to want to have.
Gary, you might want to edit that out if we just kind of spoiled if they were going to drop that news. Or
Oh, I was online.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then it's fine.
Oh, well, now I feel like I got to go find that because I didn't know
Yeah,
that
that's news to me.
Is it under their Martian Toys?
It's Mothership, so that's the brick and mortar. I think it was going to move a little bit further north into the Fishtown neighborhood in Philly. So that's kind of like that's a hip area there, so it'll be a good fit for them.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I had no idea. Well, back to other artists that have hit the scene that haven't been present in the scene a while, because I feel like that's happening. Other than Jesse Hernandez, I know you've been excited to be hearing news from Knopferen again, Gary.
Yes, they came. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm excited to. I know they've been kind of doing the Kickstarter thing, but I'd like to see more from them. And also, Kronk, right? Kronk kind of came back and did some stuff with Kid Robot again, and even Pete Fowler. I mean, Superplastic again, but he's an artist that
good call.
I don't think I've seen anything from since I've joined the scene. So
yeah, it's he went quiet for a while there. I think the last one I saw from him was when he was doing designs with Dude Box. That was 2012-ish, I think. So 6 years since he's done any mass production toys. So congratulations to Superplastic for bringing one of the all-time great veterans of the toy scene back.
Yeah, I mean, I say, can you think of anyone else, Jordan and Chris, that are like artists that we haven't heard from in a while but are starting to come back again?
I'm not
sure.
I know.
We're both staring at each other.
I mean, I know for me, and I don't know if it's just that, like I love Gary Baseman's art, and seeing him at Designer Con was really cool. Like, I don't know if he's ever had a booth there before. I might have always missed it, but I know he's been like doing some stuff in the toy scene, but it's mostly like fine art based lately. So it was really cool to see him at Designer Con.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, because it does seem like there's pieces coming out again from him, like that a Who or a Woo character.
I like that one, and we saw that one at Designer Con that was a plush with Flat Bonnie that I really liked.
Well, he did this like crazy show of Flat Bonnie, and then he also was doing I don't know if it's vinyl or what, but it's like that werewolfy kind of character.
Yeah, 3D Retro came out with that, and I think that the Flat Bonnie collaboration, I think that was of Blackie the cat, which is his cat.
Yes, that's the one I like.
Do you guys watch his Instagram videos?
No, I don't.
Oh, they're great. He talks to his cat Blackie, and sometimes Blackie attacks him.
I don't even know if I follow him. Let me check it out. I follow him. I'm sure I do. I just, you know how Instagram is now with all their stupid. It's not acronyms. It's not analogies. What's that called?
Algorithms.
Yeah, it fucks up my feed now.
We hate them so much. I mean, not Instagram. The algorithms. It makes it really difficult to be seen.
Yeah, I'm following Gary Baseman. I just never seem to see his stuff. Weird. What else? Anything else?
What about DC? The DC collectibles and all the collaborations we've been seeing coming out with them.
Yep, that was something I didn't see happening. Yeah, they got designer toy artist speaking. Joe Ledbetter and James Groman are doing designs for DC collectibles, and so that's awesome.
And Josh had one as well. He had the Batman.
Oh, that's right. You're right. And then we're seeing more Kid Robot Dunnies, like artists getting to like almost self-produce their version of the Dunny with permission of Kid Robot. Like, so we saw, you just mentioned Josh Kimberg or American Gross doing his Octo Dunny, Scott Towson doing the Shard. We saw a lot of Shards, and
Kyle had one.
Yep, Kerwana's doing it. So he's got that one with the Boneyard Dunny that just released recently. So yeah, and on top of that, it seems like Kid Robot is also seemingly not doing the pre-orders anymore. It seems like they're doing more surprise drops towards the end of the year.
Yeah, they've been doing like like every time I check my feed on Instagram, it's like, oh hey guys, we have a drop on like Wednesday. It's like kind of like odd times, odd days, but I think it's working for them because like I mean they seem like they're selling out immediately.
It's like they're getting smarter and kind of feeding into that element of surprise.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think they need that. They need that excitement back. So I think it's exciting to see them tease something and be like, hey, we're dropping this thing tomorrow. And you may not even see the full reveal until then. It's kind of creating that hype again. So I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. Seems like they're having more sellouts because of it.
I think I saw today or yesterday they were just promoting more clothing as well, T-shirts and jackets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit more into the lifestyle type merchandise.
Yeah. What else?
I mean, Funko did come to Decon. That was kind of a thing.
Yeah, no one saw that one coming, so that was out of left field. And I think it turned out great.
Everybody talked about it, was so worried about it, and then I think when it really happened, it was
not a big deal at all.
Yeah, sort of a non-issue. If anything, it maybe benefited sales more than it would have if they weren't there.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of people walking in our booth with the big bags and plenty of sales coming from Funko people. I mean, honestly, like I'll look sometimes through our hashtags, through the Horrible Adorables hashtag on Instagram, and I see our work so many times just like included in like a wall of Funkos. I think it's really cool.
I agree. I love seeing collectors with a variety of things, whether it's Funko, Freddy's, or just Funko Pops mixed with designer toys. Like, it's happening. Like, if the scene is reinvigorated with new eyeballs from wherever they came from, whether it's Funko collectors or what have you, I think we're going to look back and say, yeah, it was 2018 when they took notice of Superplastic Kickstarter or Designer Con or whatever, but this would probably be the year that more new collectors started seeing what we're doing here, and that's great. That's what we need. We need to not only just sustain what we're doing, but also grow it. We need new collectors picking up where others left off.
I agree. Yeah. No, that's a good point, and like you said, we've got to grow the scene. It's important, so hopefully it helps.
And I think that's another reason with all those stores I mentioned.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Just like all those stores that they're adding them into, same kind of thing.
It's going a little more mainstream is not a bad thing. I know people resist it, but it's definitely going to help things sell better. Okay, so 2019. Do you guys have any wishes? Anything that you would like to see happen next year?
We want.
Or we can go the prediction route. What do you think prediction-wise?
I want to win the lottery so I can buy more toys.
I think really what you need is you need to hire a contractor to come into your house and build you like your dream setup for your collection.
That's actually a good point. I don't even know if that's a wish or what, but yes, more and better displays so I can get organized around here.
Yeah, you buy a lot of stuff, but if you don't have anywhere to put it or properly display it, I know we're always talking about how amazing Sarah Harvey's collection is and all that sort of stuff. Like, being able to find the right shelving unit that's not a DTOL for some, store-bought thing. Like, I don't think everyone can afford to hire a contractor to come in and build you exactly what you need, but I don't know, more of that type of stuff. And I think I've seen photos of your house. You're kind of all over the place.
I mean, the janky unboxing has not been touched. My desk is still covered with jankies, and all the boxes are still sitting on my floor. It's not good.
And probably your kitchen table and your coffee table and your family room. It'd be nice to have like one like living area that looked perfect, exactly the way you wish it to be.
No, a solid display would definitely be a good wish for 2019. And I don't want like a standard bookshelf. I want it to be, I don't know, just the right thing. So yeah, maybe, I don't know if I'd hire someone or not, but that's a good one. I should definitely work on that in 2019.
Chris, Jordan?
I think we're all for Theresa winning the lottery so she can buy all of our stuff too.
Yeah.
Doesn't she do that already though?
No.
Theresa, come on.
I know. I do need some more horrible. I cannot talk tonight. I have not been able to talk this whole time.
Predictions. How about some predictions for 2000? What do you think we're going to see more of? Anything trending that's going to carry over to next year? What do you think to see more of next year?
I know one. I think a big thing this year has been collaboration, at least in Asia and kind of on the other side of things. And I think that's going to continue. To me, it kind of became a big boom this year of seeing a lot of artist crossovers and all of that. So I see that continuing and growing, and I'm excited to see who will cross over next, because there's been some really cool stuff. And Jordan and Chris, you missed, we saw a really cool Labubu Instinct toy crossover that was just revealed,
awesome.
And that looked really, really cool. So yeah, it's on the Vinyl Pulse Instagram page. Right now it's just like a prototype, so it's not painted up, but just seeing stuff like that is always exciting, and it's always cool to see how they blend stuff together. I'm always for more of the kind of true collaboration where it's two styles sort of blended. So it's always just cool to see how those come to life and what people put together. So I'm excited to see more, and I expect to see more. So,
as do I. I expect to see more. I think it's something the East is doing extremely well. A lot of the Eastern artists seem to want and like to work together well. And I also mentioned, I think my wish would be that more Western Eastern clapper, and that was something that Don actually mentioned that he would like to maybe curate for either Taipei or Taiwan festivals next year, getting some Western and Eastern artist collaborations going.
That would be awesome.
If you could pick two people or two characters, there's
boy,
what would be a dream collaboration?
Labubu and Hermes. But that's just me being selfish.
That would be fun.
It would be, but I don't know if it would be good or not, because they're kind of similar. They have the same, almost goofy teeth but I would like to see it happen.
I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Jordan.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I wonder if, the reason we don't see that as much over here is that, do you think that, a lot of, American artists, Western artists, we just don't have, a specific character? I feel like there's, there's the Labubu, there's Morris, or, and everybody, they have their one character, or a couple different ones, and put out a million different colorways. And then there's it's easier to collaborate, I think, too. And you're let's let's grab the seedless and stick them in a car or something like that. And I wonder if there's just I know that's something that we're actually been talking about a lot too, is I think that we need to develop a character for ourselves that's more of our trademark character. And yeah, I don't know if people have that besides you, Gary, and your Whooper Looper.
Well, Whooper Looper and Hermes are two characters that I tend to use a lot in different toys and customs. And I've always thought that was kind of important to have at least something recognizable that people know who did it. And it's just kind of almost like a little bit of branding. And I think that's how the Eastern artists sort of treat it as well. They like to work in focus on certain characters of theirs, and they use them a lot. And I think that's why the collaborations in the East work so well, because they're recognizable characters. But Western-wise, I think some artists tend to just diversify more and just constantly doing new things. But we have plenty of Western artists that are doing recognizable characters over and over, like Brant Peters doing the Skells. And I think just Stranger Factory in general tends to do that pretty well with their characters. Even Amanda Louis Spade is another one I can think of doing the Dust Bunnies. And Pipsqueak, and Lisa Fur's doing his Hono character, and Flat Bonnie does her flatties really well. So there's definitely some Western artists that are focusing more on certain characters, and I think because of that reason we can have some really great collaborations that people would recognize and want. But as far as you guys, Horrible Adorables, I would love for you to develop a single, almost mascot-y type character for your brand. And I would love those cute little adorable pins that you guys do. I think one of those characters would be an excellent minifigure for Sufubi or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually agree with that. I mean, I've obviously followed your work, but the illustration style that you all do is really cute, and I think it's a side of you, like, you'll slowly explore it with stickers and stuff, but I think seeing more toys done in that style would be really, really cool.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely love to see it. And I would suggest as many conventions as you guys do and whatnot, I think you should really, if you do it, keep it like a $40 and under toy. I know there's a lot of companies out there that are going much more expensive and much more larger these days, but really having that item that is $40 and under is going to hit more collectors, and especially those gateway collectors.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a good point to bring up price, because I do feel like things have kind of increased. Like, things are on the rise, and I feel like on average I'm spending like $50 or so per toy. Like,
easily, yeah.
You know, it's kind of the new average, right? Like, it is very hard. I mean, there's blind boxes and stuff still, but it's kind of hard to find those lower price point toys. I think it's a good point. Like, that's something that could be explored more, is trying to find more affordable ways to promote your characters that are still done well, but, and, you know, not teeny tiny, but they're a little more affordable, because we are kind of lacking that a bit.
Yeah, and I think part of that too is, I think it was the shift, as far as the scene goes, shifting away from going with production toys. When you're going to hand resin or small production sofubi and stuff like that. I think that's why you're seeing the toys that are more expensive now than maybe they were before.
No, that's a good point. Not everyone's going mass production in China anymore. They're doing a lot smaller runs, and yeah, that's going to make things more expensive.
Yeah, so it's like, how can we lower that barrier to entry, so that we don't have to do super huge runs, but you can do a reasonable size run and get a toy that's under $40 and, 3 to 6 inches big, something like that. Because I think you're right. I think that does hit a nice sweet spot.
Yeah. And I just want to say, since you guys have had so many nice compliments for us, thank you so much. But I think that your dreams will come true in 2019 with a Horrible Adorables toy in our illustrative style.
Did we just get an exclusive? We got a scoop?
I will go into it further, but I think maybe a 5 points release.
5 points?
Maybe.
Maybe before?
Maybe before?
Talk to our other collaborator. But
well, alrighty then.
Wow. Exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. But, getting back to the price point thing, I really do think if anyone who's just starting out in toys, get something that is a lower price point. Get people addicted to that sort of stuff first, and then you'll start introducing them to your more micro runs and customs and your higher end stuff.
Well, yeah, even like I mentioned, the Mr. Self-Indulgence toy,
It was like $100, wasn't it?
Right, but what we did was at Designer Con, Marsham Toys was right across from us, and we wound up buying one of the little Scoopies, one of the little companion pieces.
Yeah, I love that.
That was $30, I think, and they came in a bunch of different colorways.
Yeah, and I love that they're like that little companion piece. It makes you feel like, oh, well, I can't afford the giant one, but I got this cute little.
Exactly. Yeah, I was the same way. I couldn't afford as much as I love Mr. Self-Indulgence, it just wasn't in the budget, but I picked myself up a little, what is it, pistachio ice cream one? And I love it.
Did you get it from Decon?
Green tea. No, you got green tea, Gary.
Oh, I got green tea, matcha green tea.
Pistachio, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the whole price point thing is a good point, because there's people like you, Gary, who have become more frugal, and it's not, just how you are. And so many times I hear price is a barrier for you. So I got to believe you're not the only one. You get to a point where you have so much, so you start becoming a little more critical. And I think if there were more that hit that sweet spot, we might start reeling people back in. I could see sucking you back in a little bit. Being like, that's only $30, Gary, get it.
But that's how they get you. But no, you're right. Once my kids are out, both kids are out of daycare, then yes, I will absolutely start buying more expensive toys again. But yeah, you're right. Right now, anything that seems to be, if it's $40 and under, I usually don't tend to hesitate. If I like it, I'll buy it. But if it's over $40, I really, really, really have to love it to instantly buy it. Usually I kind of sit and wait, and most of the time I probably don't end up buying it. And I know artists are in that unique position where you could just do a custom or a print and run or whatever to get that little extra bit of income, but then you're essentially just keep working for your collection. I don't want to do that. I've slowed down in my old age.
Well, that's a 2018 success for you, Gary. You got another toy produced. We had Baby Whoopers.
Yeah, no?
Yeah.
And we'll see another colorway by end of the year, I think, too. I think there might be a release coming up.
Oh, nice.
Either by end of the year or at the very beginning of next year.
I missed out on the fall one.
Oh.
So cute.
Oh, thanks. Speaking of the Mini Whooper, I think that next year we're going to see a lot more miniseries. I think miniseries are going to continue to be strong and a lot more prominent next year. Theresa, you already mentioned how much more Pop Mart's getting involved with minifigure series, and a lot of other companies seem to be doing a lot more minifigure series. Sticky Monster Lab was another one, too.
It seems like there's been a lot from Kid Robot as well. We just had the Taras and
Doc A's.
Doc A's.
Doc A's. Yep. Yeah, good call.
No, that's a good point. The artist-specific series with their unique sculpts and all that.
Yep.
I think another thing that, I don't know, like, things and things. Like, like...
Gumballs
like
and
well, yeah, like the Ziki dinos with the mini dinos in it. And then like, toys with puff balls or... styrofoam balls or stuff. I don't know. It just seems like things inside of things is a thing.
It always has been, but yeah, definitely it seems like as of late I'm seeing more of that kind of stuff for sure.
Right. It just seems like there's a lot of people falling in line with that. So I don't know. I kind of see that continuing, especially the play on like clears and glitters and all that.
So, speaking of that, another thing I'm seeing more of as of late too is transparent with opaque, like an opaque top with a spray fade down towards a transparent bottom. I've seen that with a bunch of toys in the last several months.
Yeah, we were just looking at our what's the name of that one? The Guts Dunny, the one where it's the plush on the inside.
God, Plush Guts. I love that
Plush
one.
Guts, yeah. Yeah, just another example of that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just things and things. But no, you're right with the gradients too. Like Konatsu just released a Christmas set with that sort of transparent to opaque approach. Okay,
so since you mentioned Christmas, this one has a little of everything that we mentioned, a little sprinkling. So it is the Ka-Sing Lung Labubu and Spooky Duo Snowman set. So up top, it's a spray fade. It's opaque spray down to a transparency, and then has different colored balls.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you just mean like styrofoam balls.
What do you think I was talking about?
I thought you meant they put a wee wee on Labubu.
No, different colored balls in his stomach.
Yeah, well, you said. I thought you said they added a wee wee.
I made no mention of a wee wee. None.
Yeah, but it implied the wrong thing in my head.
Maybe I said it wrong.
We all thought it.
My bad.
So, Theresa, you think there's going to be more the turduckens of the designer toys then, huh? The things and things?
The thing and thing, and the side of thing, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was even that popsicle mon where they put like those like shish kebab things inside the popsicle. And there's like, I've seen like even the little guy I picked up at Decon from Litterworks, the surprise little, it was like a little guy blind box series with the little beads inside of it. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like...
we never talked about that series. So what she's talking about is we swung by the Litterworks booth at Designer Con, and honestly, that was probably one of the most pleasant surprises of Designer Con. We didn't know they were going to be there. We swung by the table and were floored and really impressed by everything they had on the table. But the one thing she's talking about was a surprise series, a mini figure series, and I don't even remember seeing a title of it. I went to their Instagram account. I don't see them showing it anywhere on Instagram, so I don't know really much about this series or what it's called. But to describe it, it was a little vinyl, like a glow-in-the-dark vinyl egg that you would crack open with your hands, and then inside was these really cute, probably 1-inch tall vinyl characters, and you can shake them. They had like beads inside, and they're really cute. And so I saw several artists walking around with them. They seem to be like the unexpected hit of the show.
Yeah, well,
that. That sounds so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my haul, but there's this character they have called Umasu. I might be saying it wrong, but
That's their big character, yeah.
yeah, but they definitely, so they're based in Thailand, I think, Gary, but that is a company that seems to have popped up this year, kind of out of nowhere. Like I had not heard of them before this year. And that's what's fun about the scene, is seeing that stuff happen. So
I mean, speaking of another company that's been doing minifigures, is who makes the Raise Up Your Hand sharks?
oh, Toys R Plus. They've
Toys R
definitely
Plus
been
is doing more. And I
Yeah.
saw that, so I thought that Raise Up Your Hands was just like the baby shark. I thought that was kind of what it was.
Yeah.
But I saw a post on Instagram. The Raise Up Your Hands seems like it's going to be a series of things, and they're going to be introducing new characters by other artists also raising up their hands.
Yeah, so I saw that too, Gary, and I was the same as you. Like, I thought Raise Up Your Hands was the shark, and then when they said they were going to do more series, it was going to be different poses for the sharks.
Yep.
But it actually seems like the theme is Raise Up Your Hands, and they're going to do a series with a bunch of different characters with their hands raised. So the next set is their Song Song Meow characters. So yeah, that was a surprise to me too, Gary, but it's still fun. And so now I'm wondering, like, if they're going to be Raise Up Your Hand Bok Box, which would be freaking adorable because I love those little polar bears.
Yeah.
Because those are by Toys R Plus. They've also done like the cute little boy with the dog. Do you remember that one?
Sorry. My wife just texted. I got distracted. The text says, "Are you done? I'm about to throw Rowan through a window." He's our 4-year-old. He's the youngest. He's been having a tough time going to bed this week, just being difficult. And so I know all too familiar what my wife is going through right now. So I feel bad that I'm in here, but he's the one the sponsor ads yelling, "Naughty, naughty, naughty." He's just, threats of Santa Claus aren't working. I'll owe her a back scratch later. So yeah, what were you saying?
Well, I was just saying, now that we know it's going to be different characters, I'm excited to see other characters Toys R Plus has worked with, like Bok Bok, and they have Jamie and Mimi, which is like the boy with the dog, and all sorts of characters. So I think it'll be fun. It's just not what I expected either.
Okay. What else we got?
Predictions still? I think that enamel pins have had their moment, and I see less of that next year, but maybe bringing in more lifestyle sort of items.
Pennants?
Maybe.
I think I'm the only one that liked pennants, but I paid $45 for a Dino Kitties one from Matt Gray's. I love pennants. I would love to see more of it, but I agree. I think
like it too.
Yeah, I like pennants, but as far as pin goes, I think pins are still doing well. I think they have a place in our scene and everything, but they're definitely not what they once were. They're not probably nearly as trendy, and something new is going to pop up for sure. It's it always does.
What will it be?
I'm thinking socks, but I almost don't want to say it because I want to be the people that make socks first.
There you go.
Can you all please make horrible, adorable socks? Because I will buy that. I love patterned socks.
I do too.
So like socks, I'm actually totally here for it. People should do it because I will totally buy like character pattern socks. But do you all sell shirts? Because if you all don't do shirts, you should do shirts.
We haven't done shirts. We've been discussing, I don't want this to turn into the horrible adorables, hour or anything, but we've been discussing a lot of new products, and getting into some lifestyle products and trying out skater skirts and doing smaller stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. We're looking more at home good type items and stuff like that.
That'd be good.
It'd be interesting. Well, and like the reason I bring up shirts is just like Dolly Albong's a good example where every time I see her at a convention, she's got one of her characters on a shirt, like Tucky or whatever. And I'm like, you should make that so people can buy that, even if it's on-demand print or whatever. So it's not like you're producing a bunch up front. But it's just like, offering that as an option for people and being able to choose shirt color. Maybe 2019 will be the year of non-black shirts. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to die before that happens.
I'm all in on the socks, though. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
very doable today. I'm sure there's a company. I see that all the time in my feed, get your dog's head on socks and all that sort of stuff. So
How about we start it? We'll create a Marsham Stock.
You want another Marsham flop merchandise? We could do it. I don't think they'll sell well, but we could have socks with like George's head on it saying George sayings, or my head saying frustrated and dumb things I've said, or your head saying so cute, something like that.
Yeah, like.
But in all seriousness, I do think that designer socks could do really, really well. I mean, George wants socks, I want socks, we all want socks as adults now, and if you can keep them under $15 price point, I think they could do decent.
Oh, that's expensive. I'd say under 10.
Well, yeah, but that would be ideal. But
now you're getting into Gary's margins here.
But, designer socks, you go to Target or even, someone who's mass producing these things on a humongous level, they're still, for, something with a decent pattern, you're talking $8 a pair. So doing in more limited quantities, I imagine we're going to be above $10.
I have socks on right now of unicorn squirrels eating pizza, and I got them for $3 at Target.
Well, we can't compete with the Target $3 section.
That's true.
Why not?
All right, you can be our benefactor, Theresa. Stop buying toys for 3 months, and you'll have the funds to start your own toy company.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I don't spend that much.
Is that another prediction? Teresa's turning toy producer this year?
Yeah.
She should.
Man, I mean, honestly, that would be really, really cool. But realistically, I know we joke about how much I buy. I really don't buy that much. I really don't have that much money on the side.
Right. Well, listen, since we resorted to finally talking about socks on the show, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure everyone's busy and stressed with the holidays, travel plans, and still need to finish up sock shopping. So let's not waste people's time. Let's just go ahead and wrap this up. This was fun. Chris, Jordan, thank you very much for joining us. And this is our final episode of Season 3. We will come back strong in Season 4. So until then, we want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And why don't each of you take a brief moment and let the listeners know where they can find you?
Sure. We are on Instagram at horrible_adorables and online horribleadorables.com. Or you could just look for Horrible Adorables and you'll find us.
And we're running all kinds of holiday sales right now, so check it out on Instagram and Etsy. And
oh yeah, free shipping till December 31st.
And discounted pieces right off the wall.
Nice. Cool. Theresa?
Yep. If you all want to find me, just check me out on Instagram. My username is tmhuck24.
Okay, and I'm Gary Ham. You can find me at Gary Ham on Instagram or superham.com. Thanks again, Chris and Jordan. I know we just called you on a whim and it happened to work out, but thanks for joining. And this has been the Marsham Toy Hour. We do this every week, not because we have to,
but because we want to.
Awesome.
Oh, you did it too!
So until our next transmission, we're signing off. Bye.
See you next year. Bye. Or wait, not see you. Talk to you next year.